What's up everybody, Neo here. Today is an exciting day because we got leaks from our friends in the World of Warcraft scene. They are gearing up for a new World of Warcraft called Classic Plus, which is basically the very old World of Warcraft with some quality of life enhancements and new quests and new raids, etc, etc. And they posted a franchise slate for World of Warcraft with the title Confidential. So this picture is floating around today. We don't know where it comes from. It is allegedly been posting in August already, but flew under everybody's radar. I've been on the Reddit a little bit of WoW Classic, and nobody can really confirm or deny that it's real, obviously. So nobody pointed out that there's some manufactured things like Photoshop, AI, etc. People are trying to put the timeline together of when this came to be. So take everything here with a grain of salt, okay? But we got leaks about a new Warcraft RTS. New Warcraft strategy game. Real-time strategy game. That's us, boys! And maybe they are working on something. This was posted by Jordy and many others as well. So this is the slate in a bit of a higher resolution. It says RTS, Warcraft Chronicles RTS, beginning of the project in early 2025, release in Q3, that is fall of 2028. So round about 4 years of development. And this allegedly comes alongside an animated series for the Warcraft franchise. They also allegedly are working on an action RPG, an action roleplay game about Arthas, which is then supposed to come out 1 year later with a live action series. All of this comes out 3 months before BlizzCon, where an alleged Camelot title is supposed to be released. And if you follow the World of Warcraft scene a little bit, this is supposed to be Classic Plus. A lot of creators have been invited to Blizzard, and all of them said, keep your Q3 free, everybody will be playing World of Warcraft. So a couple of things here that should be taken with a grain of salt. A, if they really release Classic Plus, why do they also release Wrath of the Lich King Classic this close to Classic Plus? Kind of odd. Why did they capitalize the T in Wrath of the Lich King? But I've seen Blizzard patch notes, they are rarely without typos. And also, why does the program not know the word Arthas? But it does here, so this kind of odd that there's a red line on this Arthas on the right and no red line here. Bit odd. Everything else seems to be fitting though. So can we trust this is the question. According to Anathan Lilly, this picture was posted in August already. In, I don't know, 4chan is supposedly the source. And yeah, it is supposed to be an RTS, and it mentions Chronicles. Chronicles is already a word used in the Warcraft universe because that's books. Books that tell you the story of the Warcraft universe. And this might be it, man. To give the RTS strategy game a little bit of credibility, this is the page of Blizzard Entertainment looking for a person to work as lead product manager for an unannounced game in Irvine to help craft a new unannounced game for Blizzard. We're looking for candidates with experience in building and managing free-to-play games, owning business outcomes, and delivering features that meaningfully improve metrics and enhance the player's experience. Develop a deep understanding of our target audience and a competitive landscape of strategy games to tailor unique player experiences. This is from 2024. So if the new RTS title started developing in 2025, this would be a fitting position if they found someone, right? So now, back to Warcraft Chronicles. These are the books, and they cover basically everything. the first volume, the creation of the universe, the titans, the old gods, how the Burning Legion came to be, all of that. And then it goes through time until what we have now in World of Warcraft. It covers the history of Draenor, the origins of the Orcs and the Draenei, the creation of the Horde, the first and the second war, Warcraft 1 and 2. And goes then into Volume 3, which is basically everything that surrounds Warcraft 3 and the story of Arthas, and also the first chapters of World of Warcraft, while Chronicles Volume 4 is everything that happened in the later expansions of World of Warcraft. So, if they want to put all of this content into another game, why not as an RTS, man? You can build big armies and play the big battles of all the factions. Let's assume you put this out in chapters, as the books are also chapters, right? So with every chapter, you can bring out the race that, like the Draenei, for example, as a playable race. Makes a lot of sense to me. And Warcraft as an RTS as we know it would be so awesome. Imagine you are playing the origins of Medivh, and you could do it like the Rexxar campaign. The Rexxar campaign was so successful long time ago, but nobody ever really did it afterwards. So the surroundings, the environment are very, very fitting for content like this, and content is already there. You don't even have to write it anew. You just pick up what you created already. And whenever we talked about possible Warcraft 3 DLC, this is pretty much exactly what we proposed. And Age of Empires does it a similar way. And Age of Empires is also owned by Microsoft. So maybe they bought Blizzard and they said, boys, girls, everybody in between and outside, this is what we do with our RTS. Our RTS is currently the biggest in the world. We are releasing this in chapters as DLC, and we do it every 6 months. You also have RTS? Do it. It works. It works with this audience. And that would be a dream come true. It couldn't be any better. If they deliver the quality, of course. We noticed, though, recently, that they are putting more attention to their older games, to their classic games. This year at BlizzCon, in 3 months, we have a Classic Cup with Heroes of the Storm, both StarCrafts and Warcraft 3. So all the titles will be present at BlizzCon and will, in some capacity, be featured there. That was kind of nice. Also, for the StarCraft titles, they bring the RSL, this is the Tournament of Tasteless, to the BlizzCon stage for the grand final of Season 6. A little bit more attention. They have the Grubby Invitationals, of course, that they sponsor. So this is all not like an international or worlds that we have in like Dota and League of Legends, but it's something. It's more than 3 years ago. It's more than 4 years ago. And of course, the titles also get regular patches. It's more than 4 years ago. Also, we know that something's happening with Warcraft 3. So while the Chronicles RTS could of course be content for Warcraft 3 like the DLC, but release in 2028 for Warcraft 3, I would rather say the Chronicles is something completely new, but they might be doing something to Warcraft 3 as well. On our Discord, we have a bot that tells us when a version of Warcraft 3 gets updated, and there's one, the live version that you can access on Battle.net, the public test server, and this bot also tracks the internal developers server. And this is what's happening there. Update, 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 update. There's an internal developer server for Warcraft 3 that gets updated every single day. Something's happening. Something is happening. Is it real? Is it fake? Who effing knows? I think we have a little bit of reason to start dreaming. We are all born childs, right? I totally understand if you're skeptical about this. We've been there. But if you are craving for Warcraft and RTS content from Blizzard Entertainment, there is a little bit of hope now, but also take it with a grain of salt. It could be manufactured, it could be created, it could be anything really, but this was something big. It was floating around in the World of Warcraft scene. I thought since RTS is mentioned and this might be legit, and it gets exposure on Wowhead, and it gets exposure in the German GameStar magazine that is very renowned, I thought I'm gonna share it with you guys as well. Are you dreaming? Are you hoping? Are you skeptic? Do you even want that? Do you want to play Warcraft 3 on Last Refuge till the end of your time? Let me know in the comments. And of course, if you figure something out about this, maybe you're digging through the World of Warcraft forums as well, let me know. Thank you very much for your attention.